Hi everyone, so today we'll be talking about chapter 2 and 3 of the book Scaffolding Language, Scaffolding Learning. So chapter 2 is called Classroom Talk, Creating Context for Language Learning. So, what helps learners to learn a new language? Learners need to understand what is said to them and what they read, which is comprehensible input. Learners also need to use the new language themselves, which is comprehensible output. Learners also need opportunities to use stretched language. And what that means is that it's a situation you face that requires you to use language that is beyond what you know how to do. And you're pushed to go beyond the language you can control well and try out ways of saying something that requires you to use language that you are still unsure of. And you might use faulty grammar or inaccurate vocabulary, but that's okay. Learners also need models of new language, especially the academic registers of school. And this is why it's very important that as teachers are conscious of using academic language. Learners need opportunities to build on the resources of their mother tongue, and second language learning is facilitated when students are using the new language to learn other things, such as subject content. Chapter 2 also talks about a dialogic approach to teaching, which places an emphasis on the quality of the dialogues and that the students are engaged in. And what the dialogic approach does is it creates and increases the opportunity for EL learners to achieve both subject content knowledge and English development with increased opportunities for both comprehensible input and output. And there are some ways to facilitate a meaningful dialogic approach to teaching. There's responding to meaning, slowing down the dialogue, allowing thinking time before students are expected to answer, helping students to explain their reasoning, not just giving information, and treating students as worthy conversational partners. And finally, the idea of message abundancy, which is giving students the same information, but it's presented in various ways. And what this does is it increases comprehensibility of input for our EL learners. Okay, moving on to chapter 3. We are talking about collaborative group work and second language learning. So well-designed group work provides a language-rich context with several benefits for language development that really can't be duplicated in a whole classwork. So when it's done correctly and when it's set up correctly with the right amount of support, collaborative group work is actually very beneficial for our students. And group work as an effective method of language development. There needs to be clear and explicit instructions that are provided. Talk is necessary for the tasks, not just encouraged. There's a clear outcome for the group work, so there's a purpose for doing this collaborative work. The task is cognitively appropriate to the learners. The task is integrated with a broader curriculum topic. All children in the group are involved. Students have enough time to complete the task, and students know how to work in groups. So these are all different types of support that we as teachers need to provide when asking our students to work in collaborative groups. Finally, the book also talks about developing and maintaining relationships between peers, so that's a student-to-student relationship, as well as a student-to-teacher relationship, is a very important part of language development. And developing students' interpersonal function of language is crucial in learning how to work collaboratively. And this isn't just collaborative work in the classroom, but that also translates to the outside world as well as future education and future careers.